Entertainment. Hulu Plus. Yes, Hulu Plus. Today's episode is brought to you by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus gives you total control to watch anything, anytime, anywhere. Try it now and get a cool special deal, a free extended trial of Hulu Plus. Just go to huluplus.com/TMOS. Remember, that's huluplus.com/TMOS. And now, can I have... Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
It's kind of nice opening the show with Mike's voice since he's not here.
It's a little strange.
If you want more Mike, we can run more pre and post rolls at any time during the show.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, and Mike is in Las Vegas, which is so cool. He deserves a day off after an amazing week. And a couple questions for you, young man.
Chess.
Because I know as soon as I heard your hand on the doorknob, Matthew Bloom this morning says, let the douchebaggery begin, because this is going to be a hell of a douchebag show, I think.
My God, you didn't even know.
And, and I wanted so, I don't want to say what, but I just want you to know I wanted very badly to hate it. I wanted so badly to hate it.
I think there's a fine line between douchebaggery and horseassery.
Well, yeah, and you know what? And it's all underscored by a little bit of I'm better than you-ery. And you got it in spades, pal.
Thank
so
you.
You're actually sitting in Mike's chair today.
I am. It's a fun Friday for your boy.
I love it because when you touch the microphone, Mike's microphone doesn't buzz when you touch it. It's a better mic. Everything about it's better, but you left all alone on the other side of the table your power bar.
Yeah, that's my lunch.
And you didn't want it. You didn't leave it in the car because you said you didn't want it to melt. You know it's 32 degrees outside.
That's my Google Glass should have told me that.
No, still leave it. Stop it. Google Glass.
I'm excited.
But, you should be. You should.
But
be.
I had the habit all summer long of leaving 2 or 3 power bars in the car.
Sure, because you're keeping it tight.
Yeah, and then I'd walk right back out there, and just like chocolate, it melts.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about chocolate, that waxy feel, the waxy taste you get with chocolate,
right?
It's not so bad. You can almost lick it off.
Sure.
The waxy taste you get of processed power bar.
It doesn't. It's like, for example, I think if you freeze dairy, most dairy doesn't melt and refreeze well.
Oh, yeah.
So if that freezes and melts, it's not the delightful power bar texture.
The streets of Bombay taste better.
Okay, duly noted. So if you do a good show, you can have the power bar afterwards.
Thank you.
But there is one thing I do want to address here since I've got you, and Mike has been very kind not to bring this up. I think it would be bad form to refer back to Omericon last weekend after today's show because it has been a full week, effective tomorrow. But there is one issue that we did not address, and I was reminded of it because if you go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and you click the tab marked Photos, and it's funny, if you click the tab marked Photos, you get the photos from Tab.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Photos.
But they're all the pictures from Omericon, and all of them are up. So if you were there and you saw our professional photographers running around, please go and check out those pictures. You can tag them, share them, etc. But I forgot about one thing. Your timetable on the day of the show was perhaps
skewed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
Because you were on time for the walkthrough at noon, and then I
was actually early.
And then we did the dress rehearsal, and you shocked me because as we were finishing up what would not be called the best dress rehearsal in showbiz entertainment,
at best.
We got through it, and you said, "I got to go home because I didn't bring my clothes with me."
Yeah.
Now, Mike brought his outfit. I brought my outfit, my beautiful wardrobes. All of our wardrobes were there, but you had to go home. How far of a trip is it, in the best situation, from Falls Church, where the State Theater is, to your home in Glover Park?
15 minutes.
You're that close?
That close.
Okay, so it's really not that bad. And if we had really finished up at, say, 4 o'clock...
Which I was banking on.
Right, you wouldn't have had a problem.
Yeah, there's really no excuse. What I need to start doing, and what I've done sporadically in the past 3 or 4 years working with you guys, is plan for the worst case scenario.
What you do sporadically in the last 4 years is show up on time.
Yes.
It does happen. It has happened.
That too. I arrived at the State Theater around 10:30, just because I wanted to get there early, take care of some business.
Right.
And then by the time we left, and I was clocked as leaving at 4:30. I even told Pony, I said, "You'll have plenty of time to go home and change."
Sure.
For Pony.
That's right.
We didn't finish our dress rehearsal till 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Right.
And
doors opened at 7.
At that point, I said, "Well, this is cutting it tight."
It is.
I brushed through the door at my condo, and I look at my lovely girlfriend Shannon. She's not fully dressed yet.
Hey, you know what? That's probably the best part of the night.
Oh, that's interesting. And
she knew she had a ticket. She knew what time the thing started.
I said, "You've had all day today to get ready.
Right.
I've been, hauling banner and doing shtick and running through rehearsals. But you've had all day to be ready.
You had, I will say this, and this is a brief sidelight. I don't know that we emphasize this enough. You had a rare day with her to a point that after the show, when they were kicking us out of the State Theater,
yes,
and we were actually taking the last boxes from the lobby, I saw her, gorgeous, by the way. She looked
very
stunning
beautiful
that night, and she was coming up what is called North Washington Street in Falls Church, and walking with a purpose.
Yes,
and she said, "Rob," and it's always she smiles at me, which is nice. And I said, "Yes." She says, "Have you seen my boyfriend Oscar?" And I said, "Oh yes, your boyfriend Oscar. He's right there in the lobby."
Yeah.
And the smile disappears, and she turns to you and says, "You're a jerk."
Yes.
And so you had a lot of that going on that day?
Well, that bright light of fame started.
Yes, you know what? It's so sweet, but when you fly too close to the sun,
you can get burned.
You can.
Yeah, and what I don't think my wonderful girlfriend Shannon understands is that while, yes, it's fun to do a show like that.
Right.
And yes, it's fun to have a great night with your friends and family. It's also a job. That's what we do.
There was a tremendous amount of, and you know what? I will say this. I'm
not hanging sheetrock. I'm just saying.
No. And
I
what
can't be
she
next
saw,
door drinking with you while I'm cashing out the merch booth.
And what she saw of us doing, what she saw was the best part of the 6 months of the whole thing was us on stage having fun.
The money shot.
But the leading up to it, and we're talking 6 months of lead up and 2 hours breaking down
and
afterwards.
Stress.
There's a lot of stress and a lot of work. So. Anyway, you get home.
I get home. She's not ready. I get ready in 2 seconds because I'm a guy.
Right.
And then she says, she actually does something sweet. There's a car service called Uber here, which is basically like a cab, but a town car service. And they have them in 13, 14 cities across the country.
And it's really great.
It's a fraction of the price.
Really?
The one guy we get is the one.
Oh, you've got a guy for everything.
No, the driver that comes to us.
Right.
His name is. Because he was from some republic, some broken, war-torn country in Africa.
I remember he actually came to this country. He found a Coke bottle in his village.
Yes.
And he did not know, and he actually followed it all the way to
The cast of Coming to America spoke better English.
That's right. Okay.
So as I sat there, the gentleman could not find our place for 20 minutes.
Your place is not that hard to find.
No, it's not. It's in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And when he finally shows up, I'm already in my car about to drive over.
Okay. Now, you see, I would think that you probably would have been in the car driving before that because there is actual photographic evidence in the dressing room of Mike checking his watch.
Yes, I understand.
We were, the doors opened at 7. The show began just before 8. The Motor Booty Affair, I think, played at 7:30, I think.
7:30.
And at 7 o'clock, the doors open. Mike is checking his watch. We had the planned Horror Diamond Jubilee meet and greet at 7:45, where actually listeners paid a premium, although a bargain. They paid a premium to come up and meet the regulars on the show.
Yeah.
The Diamond Jubilee Horror Package people got there well before you.
Oh, absolutely.
And this was something not fun to explain to these people.
And if you're keeping track at home, I just said that my town car service was late. That's why I was late. I said that my hot girlfriend was getting ready and half nude. That's why I was late. Really, I'm not painting a good
it's
good
tough
picture for myself.
Tough to be you, but I will say
I was actually backtracking in my mind, and I said, what am I talking about?
Let us go.
These aren't real excuses.
Let's play the balance game. On the other side, you did make it.
Yes.
You did meet all the people that paid a premium.
I did, barely.
And you did wear the world's smallest jacket.
Yeah, you didn't like that jacket?
I loved it. I just wanted to know if there was a matching outfit for Barbie. Check out all the pictures at our website, MikeO'MaraShow.com.
And again, I apologize.
Oh, you're fine. You know
Always
what?
late.
You know what?
Always late.
Fantastic.
Damn it.
If we do a show in Reno, I want you to leave for it on Thursday.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I was a really bad athlete when I was a kid. I'm still a very bad athlete. My body is bad at sports. That's the problem. And I say my body's bad at sports because my brain is good at sports. Like, my brain understands how a human being could, like, dribble down a basketball court and then make a layup, right? But then it has to outsource the job to my weird and feminine limbs. And so when I play basketball, it looks like I just bought my body and like I don't know how it works yet. But I played basketball. I played basketball for 5 years, and I was a bench warmer all 5 years. And if you were never a bench warmer, I cannot express to you the humiliation of every Saturday morning putting on a pair of breakaway pants and never having a reason to break them away. Then they're just pants. And at the end of the 5 years, we had this big, sports award ceremony where the woman in charge of all the teams got up to give a speech, a very important speech that I'll never forget. She got up there and she said, programs like the boys' basketball program are so important because the alternative for young men could be using drugs or alcohol. And that was the first time that I ever heard that there was an alternative to basketball. And so I became the best at that.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, here's Rob.
Live from Studio 1K in the Pfeifferplex Broadcast Center. Downloaded worldwide over 21 million times and powered by Encore Insurance. We are MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Nice.
Check us out, 102.9 WTNT. Hi, Kelly. Hope you have a great weekend.
Kelly.
Is it hunting season?
It is.
And, of course, the mighty 1630 KCJJ in Iowa. Today is the 15th day of November, 2013. Sending our best wishes to Mike O'Mara, and good luck in the casinos.
Yes.
As he takes a well-deserved day off. Mike back on Monday.
Some say have fun because good luck means you may lose.
Well, no, you don't say good luck in the theater. I think you'd say good luck in a casino.
Carla yelled at me yesterday.
Because
I said, good luck. Don't say good luck. And I said, happy travels?
That's right. Enjoy your trip.
Yes.
Yeah, I spoke to Steve and out of KCJJ this morning, and he tells the story he always tells of Mike blowing his entire talent fee at the Iowa Casino in 20 minutes.
And he was up, and then he was down.
Very, very down, and then he came out and said, I'm a degenerate gambler. Do want to take a quick moment to say thank you to the great folks at Encore Insurance Services, LLC. They quite simply made the live show possible. We couldn't have done it without them.
Very true.
And for a free life insurance quote, all you got to do is visit smartterm.com or call 866-347-5748. They're a great partner with our show. They make so many things possible for you to hear us on a daily basis. They do all the work for you.
A lot of people have to-do lists, and this is probably something that you have on your to-do list.
Yeah.
It takes 15 minutes. You can't go wrong. You get a concierge, and there's no commitment until you actually decide to pull the trigger.
They do all the shopping for you. What they do is they will compare all the rates for you and help you save. Licensing and disclaimer info at smartterm.com. That's SMARTTERM.com. Encore Insurance Services, proud to be a partner with Mike O'Mara Show, and thank you for making Omaricon happen. Woo! Well, you actually, I guess, best way to tell this story is to start at the beginning.
Please.
Because yesterday you were upset because you were expecting a package at your home.
Yes.
And it didn't go exactly how you wanted it to go. In this day of going through Amazon and all the things, you can track packages. It's not like the old days when you just run out to the mailbox and maybe it's there, maybe it's not.
Yeah, and tracking a package could go both ways because sometimes you realize that, wow, this is going to get here really quick.
Right.
And then other times you realize, wow, I missed my delivery.
Yeah, did you get the Post-it on your door?
Post it on the door,
Because
or
you come
get the
home,
email to your box.
Yeah, you come home and you see the Post-it on your door, which either means A, you've missed a delivery, or B, there's no water in your home because Carrie has once again not paid the bill. But the Post-it on the door, never good. But I think this was even before the show yesterday.
Yes.
You got an email that said that the package was missed?
Yes, yeah. So the one thing about UPS, and a great establishment, everybody knows them.
Hey, Brown, what has Brown done for you?
Is if they miss their delivery, they come back either the next day, or you could reroute a package to get picked up at one of their UPS stores.
You can actually go and meet it.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand, what can Brown do for you? I'm not saying that about Oscar.
I'm
talking about the United Parcels Service.
Yeah, the delivery service.
Right,
not the color of my skin.
No.
So I'm glad you cleared that up.
Well, I did want, the last thing I want is people to think I'm an ass.
I did what I could do.
Right.
By simply calling UPS and saying, look, I'll pay whatever you need to get done. And I had a threshold, $20 at the most.
That's right.
To come back around, and they came back around and dropped off.
Andrew Jackson says
and dropped off.
Sure would be great.
What was a package that I've been waiting for, really since last year. But I got the notification that I was kind of invited to this program just about a week ago.
Okay, we've all been following this, and I think you alluded to it in the vignette. But have we mentioned it on the show that you were in this program?
Yeah, and we brushed by it like it was the SARS. And
yeah,
because you didn't even want to talk about it.
Well, you know what? I think most of the people in this room, and that's myself and Mike normally and Pony, we want to hate it. We want so badly to hate this, but you took delivery of...
Yeah, Google Glass.
Yeah, how about that? Folks, the future is here! Yay!
Thank you. Somebody.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why the room is so quiet is because sheer jealousy has come over these two gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now, Pony and Rob, as I mentioned when I walked in, they were... And I understand where you guys are coming from because... And if you don't know what Google Glass is, let me add that before.
Yeah, we really should have. Let's set the table.
It's a piece of hardware that is tethered to your phone, connected to your phone
via Bluetooth.
Yeah, that
right?
has a very small screen above your eye level. So it's basically glasses with a screen.
Who was the guy on Star Trek? Was it Geordi? That had the weird glasses?
I don't know.
But what it is, Oscar came in today wearing something that looked like sunglasses with the lens popped out.
Yeah, lenses are popped
It's just
out,
like really almost like a hairband that goes across your forehead, and on the upper, I guess, right, is a little glass
It's a
cube.
prism. It's a cube, yes.
Right. And it looks not unfashionable, really. I mean, it looks okay.
Well, but the dork factor is a 10.
No, it's not,
if you're on
though.
the Richter scale, it's a 10 dork
It's
factor.
not a dork factor because once people realize what it is, it's pretty amazing. How many of them? This is the first time I've seen them in person.
Yes.
There's not many of them floating around out there.
The Google Explorer program, which is Google Glass, when you initially wanted to get in the program, you had to be accepted.
Right.
So you had to write in and be accepted.
And so Google Explorer, what are you, Indiana Jones?
It was a limited program. That was about a year ago. These are Google Glass version 2, and the gentlemen who were explorers or accepted in the initial program got invites.
It's so ridiculous.
And I was invited.
That you are having to be invited to buy something for your cell phone.
And I was invited.
I was invited by Zag.com to buy a new cover for my iPhone, and I'm part of that program.
So I received the coveted invite, and...
All right, pause.
Yes.
I know you want to run forward and to the point where we love it, but I got to know. How did you get invited? Was it sheer persistence? Does it have to do with your guy that you do Tech 411
Again,
with?
to the bright lights of fame.
Yes, of
where,
course.
I just saw Pony roll his eyes.
Yeah, you are the poor man's Willie Geist.
I said to myself, when the Explorer program first came out,
right?
I begged on both shows, and actually all three shows, Tech 411, the Mike O'Mara show, and Big O and Dukes.
Okay.
I begged for an invite.
Right.
And I got no response except for, hey, if I ever get an invite from a gentleman kind of high up at a broadcast company, a satellite broadcast company, and he said, if I ever get an invite, it's all yours.
And you know what? It hurts because you and I have both flown closer to the sun than we do right now.
Oh, absolutely.
When we actually were on the air, and although we are happier now, there used to be a time that when you truly wanted something like that, we could turn it really quick.
Yes, yeah, and this is where I am now in life, where I threw the snowball into the sun about a year ago. Nothing happened.
And it hurts.
And it hurt.
Right about here.
And then I get a wild email. It says, hey, I've gotten my invitations. Are you willing to, A, pay $1,500 for these, and B, travel to Los Angeles or New York to pick them up because those are the requirements?
$1,500.
Boo!
Now, did Todd get an invite too?
He did not.
Really?
Yes.
The plugged-in happening guy?
He did not.
Parties with Woz and can't get a Google? He's not a Google Explorer?
No, he's not a Google Explorer.
He has no bullwhip?
Not for lack of me trying.
Right. Oh, I understand. Because you know
I
what?
asked.
You'd want him to be a part of it.
I wrote the gentleman back, and I said, this is probably the worst type of thank you ever, but thank you. If you have an extra.
By the way,
there's a tall white guy that's sitting across from me. His name's Todd Moore. He's willing to drop the $1,500 for these.
Now, my question for you is, when you got the initial invite, for the Explorer program.
Yes.
And again, it's cracking me up.
If you-
Because
if
I'm
you
thinking
read-
of you in a fedora.
Let me pull up, while you talk, pad for me for 2 seconds.
I can do this.
I'm going to pull up the email that was sent to me. And
Because my thought is, when you want something as bad as you wanted that, and you've coveted, you've really, really wanted these for over a year.
Yes.
When that email rolls in, even if the email is sketchy and it's like from some odd Gmail account, you want it to be real so bad.
yes.
Did you have any doubt in your mind, or did your greed make you believe it was real right
No,
away?
I had a lot of doubt because I had heard that the invitation was coming, and it took about a week to actually come from Google.
Okay.
And when it came,
So he arranged for the invite to come from Google. It's not like
Yes.
the invite came from this guy.
no, it comes from Google.
And if you're in the Explorer program, I guess the guy that got you the invitation, that would be Sala. That would be the guy that you actually took down into the well of the souls with you.
Yeah, I really, at the end of the day, you sit there and you start wondering, well, is this something I really want to spend money? Because really, it's new technology, and you
Okay.
can read that, Rob.
Okay.
And that's the email I got, and the feeling I got when I read that email was the same feeling I had when I saw one of my dad's Playboys with Jessica Hahn in them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god,
Yeah, you found
that's what women can look like.
you found the golden ticket in your Wonka bar.
Yes.
You're in. You're
Yes.
in, baby, and this looks real. By the
Yes.
time you got this, you knew you were the Explorer.
Please read the email.
Okay, it reads, "Hi, douchebag." No, it says, "Hi there." Hi there. Your friend thought you'd be a great Google Glass Explorer, and we agree. Well, that's BS right there. Hey, watch this video to learn how the glass feels, and then click below to begin your adventures with glass.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Pretty
were in.
interesting.
You're in, baby, in.
In baby in. So I
How
thought-
did you skirt flying to Los Angeles?
Well, I guess initially you have to go to San Francisco,
Okay.
or New York to their glass stores to get really a tutorial and taught how to use these glasses.
Okay, to be fair, I tried them on before the show. I don't think I need to fly to the West Coast.
I
to
agree
see
with
that.
you. I
were
agree.
You're telling me how to do it in a living room.
Yeah, but it took me a few hours to get used to it.
I will admit that I saw it happen 3 times. We had 3 people put them on, and until you actually figure out how to have them on your head where you can see the screen,
Yes.
once they start working, they're most impressive.
Yeah,
but
very
until you can see it, you're not in. You're not
Yeah.
all in.
Once you get there, and I'm still on the learning curve right now. Though, there's a lot of people who are going to ask, why didn't you have to go to New York? Right?
Yeah, why?
Out of the blue, I purchased them, and I'm like, oh, I guess I got to go to New York. And they said, no, you can get them shipped to your house.
Fantastic.
And they overnighted them.
Of course. Well, for that kind of money, I would think they would.
Yeah, and a ZJ.
I'm surprised that Jessica Hahn herself did not bring them to you and her issue of Playboy.
So it's my first entree into this, and I thought you guys would be excited for it, and I know you were, and you wanted to hate it. And there was a part of me, as I'm going through my first 24 hours with them, that said, you're just too connected. I don't like. Some people like to turn off their phones. Some
It
people
is
like to walk away.
truly the next step. And before we go there, I have one final, because
Please.
let's take this in chapters.
Okay.
The end of chapter 2 is when it was delivered to your home and no one was there to receive them, except someone was there to receive them. How did that happen? You were not pleased with your chick yesterday either.
No.
And I don't want to cause trouble.
No. It wasn't
Not why
her
I'm
fault.
here.
When the UPS guy comes to any condo, anybody knows, and we don't have a concierge. We don't live in like a big fancy building.
Of course not.
So he doesn't like either they call or they don't call. It's up to them.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
if they can't get in the building, they can't get in. And she was kind enough to go actually pick them up for me after the fact.
She's the best.
Yeah, she's the best. So I thank her for that.
Same one who 48 hours ago was calling you a jerk.
She also was kind enough to open them before I got home.
Well, yeah.
and try them on.
How'd that
And I
go?
said, well, that's quite all right.
Yeah. Did she say, these are really nice, but they don't offer much UV protection? You could have gotten them polarized.
But you know how some people like opening boxes
Yes.
and trying things on? Like
Yeah.
you want to be the first person?
Sure,
I had to
sure.
get over that real quick.
That's because that's her deal.
Well, no, I don't know, because it's not her deal. She just did it because she wanted to.
But I mean, her deal is she likes to open boxes.
Well, look, not anymore.
Oh, really?
We had a
Yeah.
pep talk about that.
Oh, you know what? What you could do is have stuff shipped here.
Yeah. So
Always someone here.
let me get just to the broad strokes here.
Okay, cool.
You can take a picture with these. You can record 720 video with these. You can have a video chat with them, so I could call you and you could see my profile, like first person perspective, and I could see you in this little screen
It's
here.
linked to your phone, right?
Yes.
Can you call me on my phone through them right now?
I can call you through them right now.
Do that now.
Okay, Glass.
Okay, you know
And
what?
this is what you have to do.
This is now. I know there's so many people that listen to this on the on just as an audio podcast. Pause it. Go to a library. Go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. Go to our YouTube page and watch this because Oscar is staring into space like he requires special attention.
I should. No, I should add this.
Pony, am I right?
Yes, he's rocking his head back and forth and talking to the air.
Because there's an accelerometer built into the glasses. The glasses are effectively turned off. When I'm looking at you guys,
So am I when I see you in them. But
to turn on the glasses, I have to tilt my head at a 30-degree angle.
okay, good.
So I have to legitimately go out of my way and turn them on like this.
That's great.
And I can change the angle at any time.
$1,500, huh?
No, you can change the angle at any time, but that's how.
Well, that's what you've selected.
You save battery life.
Right.
Yeah, I
okay.
think that's the best way.
That's good.
So,
for example, Stephen Hawking would have a different angle than you.
you know, this is actually helping the disabled.
It is.
It's turning like
as this podcast does every day.
No. These glasses are. They're going out of the way, for, especially people that are paralyzed.
Yes.
That can just use verbal cues to really enjoy their time out.
However, they're not great for people that don't have noses because they keep slipping down their face.
That subset of people, you're absolutely right. If you don't have a nose, you can't wear these, Rob.
It's narrow casting. All right, I want you to get ready because
You're
we're going to
poo-pooing all over this.
No.
You jerk store.
No. A little jealous. I'll be clear. I'm a little jealous. You're going to call me after this. Stick around. Back with Google Glass. It's the Google Glass Show. Exclusively at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Back after this. Welcome back to the radio show that you listen to at a 30-degree angle. Hey, you've tried streaming hit shows on your PC, but now it's time to start your free trial of exclusive content in your living room and on your mobile device with Hulu Plus. Now, could you do it on that?
They do not have an app built into it yet, but I'm sure they will eventually.
In the very near future, Oscar will be walking down the street, headed a 30-degree angle, watching Modern Family. Hulu Plus is the best. We all have it. We all love it. It's made my kids so much more better behaved. I can send them to their room and let them watch whatever they want, whenever they want. With Hulu and Hulu Plus, you can get content on your PC, but Hulu Plus lets you watch on your TVs, game consoles, Blu-ray, Apple TV, and your smartphones and tablets. With Hulu Plus, you get your favorite content anywhere, anytime. Full seasons of your favorite TV shows, and even full seasons of classic TV shows when and where you want them. Hulu Plus has shows like Saturday Night Live, Community, Monday Night Raw, and Modern Family. I don't like staying up and watching SNL anymore. What do? I get up the next day, watch it on
Catch
Hulu
it
Plus.
right there.
It's perfect. TMOS listeners can get an extended trial right now, and it's free, but you got to do it this way. Just click the Hulu Plus link at MikeO'MaraShow.com or go to Hulu Plus/TMOS using lowercase letters. Control what you want to watch when you want to watch it, and the list is endless with Hulu Plus. Just click that link at our website.
Perfect.
Cool. So now you're going to call my telephone.
Yes.
On your Google Glass. And I want to call them Google Glasses, but it's Google Glass.
Yes.
Okay.
Google Glass.
Okay. And Todd still doesn't have them?
Todd does not have them yet.
How crazy is it making him?
I want to say he's happy for me, but he's probably not.
Hold on, I've got to take this call. This is like having Mike here. I'm going to take this
you
call right
actually
now.
hung up on me.
Oh, no, you should be here.
You're there.
Hi, Oscar.
Hey, Rob. How are you?
Let me put you on speaker. How you doing?
I'm great.
He's talking through his glasses.
And then I can hang up on you as well just by swiping around here. Pretty amazing, right?
Wow, that is. I've never been so excited to be hung up on. That's really terrific.
Does it say I'm calling from Glass?
It says, hold on. It says you're calling from the land of douchebag is actually how it came up.
So there is, I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
There is that factor here. One, you have to be really aware of when you walk out of your home with these.
Right.
For example, yesterday Shannon was hungry, so we went to the Surfside around the corner.
Sure.
The taco place we have.
Sure.
Right. Walked in with them on, and I had sweats, like a t-shirt and a jacket on.
Yeah, you did.
And I was just trying to see how the GPS worked and everything else is working.
Right.
And I said, like, people do stare at you.
Yeah, well, they look very modern. I mean, the initial look, and I joked when I said Gordy or Jordy, but they look kind of Terminator-y.
Yeah, like almost weaponized, right?
Can I see them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Because once again, they're an amazing, amazing thing, and I will try my best since I've been entrusted with steering the show today.
No problem.
I don't want to blow it, but the thing that is so crazy about them is once you find the screen, it's hard not to look. It's so flipping distracting.
No, but you can have it above your eye level. That's where you're supposed to have it.
Okay.
Move it up. Move it all the way up on the bridge of your nose.
Okay, so that's about right for me.
So then if you look straight, it's not in your way.
Hey, guess what? It's 39 degrees outside Manassas right now. It is absolutely crazy.
Will you take some video?
Okay, how do you do it?
So right now.
Hold on, I need to find the screen. I lost the screen again.
Okay.
I am such an old man.
The screen doesn't have to be in front of your eye.
Okay.
It has to be above. You just have to look up to the screen.
You just like to see me try to cross my eyes.
No.
Actually, for me, it worked better when I put it lower.
Yeah, but it's meant to be used a different way. So, but you can adjust the prism.
You've got to do it.
You can adjust the prism. You can do it different ways.
Okay. So the actual prism sits on your eyebrow. And so when you look forward, you're not seeing the screen. It's hard to explain how it is in your field of vision. Have you ever seen those?
I can explain it.
Okay, go ahead.
Just because I've seen it in videos.
Okay.
These aren't my terminologies. But it's imagine having a 27-inch TV screen in front of you above your eye level.
Okay, but without all the heavy lifting.
Without all the heavy lifting.
You see, you thought a tube TV was heavy. These weigh just ounces. And so it is. And so the perspective is that of a 27-inch television right in front of you. Can you see it now?
See, I got to adjust the prism now. People have touched this too much.
Oh, you see, and you know what that is? That's a veiled thing about the size of my head. Now, Pony, while he adjusts his prism, and by the way, that's not code, you are a computer guy.
Yes.
What is your take on these?
I think they're really cool.
Did you want to hate them?
I did, but I can't get past the fact that you have to walk around and shout commands at it.
So you don't have to shout, though, do you?
You don't have to shout it, but you have to talk to something that's right on your face.
You don't have to talk to it. You can actually use your own hand prompts. I'll talk because we're on the radio here.
The last time I talked to something that was on my face.
Okay, Glass.
Yes.
Record a video. And now I'm recording a video of us doing the podcast together. My first-person perspective.
Okay, next stop, Oscar goes to good guys.
And you, Pony.
Yeah.
And then all I have to say now is, okay, Glass. Okay, Glass. Share with Facebook Public.
No way.
And it's shared. Facebook Public.
That's crazy.
Done deal.
It's
pretty amazing, right?
I can't get past it.
That's
and
really
you know
cool.
what? Because when you see this and everyone, a year ago when it was on the Today Show and all the different, electronic segments, you don't believe it's real. But to actually see it.
Let me take a picture of you real quick.
You always say this.
All right. Okay, Glass. Take a picture.
Do you hear the little ding? And then now am I in your field of vision?
Okay, Glass. And then I'm going to share with Facebook Public. And then done.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
So what are the laws as far as wearing them when you're in automobiles?
That's something that you really
I know it's sketchy, probably.
You want to really decide how you want to use because the reality behind driving with these on is that if you're not comfortable with them, they can be distracting.
Of course.
For example, I would say that probably not the best thing to use while driving.
Right.
But there is a factor where a GPS is just as distracting.
Of course.
And
in a certain way, the crawl on your radio that tells you the name of the song, it's the same thing.
And these glasses are just as distracting as a GPS, I would say. So if you have GPS built into these glasses and it's hooked up to your phone, it's better looking up than down at your dashboard or down at your phone.
But I will say this, the thing that is going to be weird as far as and eventually they'll have to legislate this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There'll be a law. But the thing that's weird, there have been the ability to have, something to glance at your dashboard since there's been dashboards. This is new. There's no way to know how to deal with this, and also you're having to train your brain a whole different way. It took me 90 seconds to even find the temperature in Manassas, and it was right in front of my face.
Yeah, it's
not intuitive.
There's a learning curve.
Yeah,
to it. Though the fact that you can share a picture or a video that quickly is pretty amazing.
Well, it's crazy, is what it is.
And on my end, there is a couple settings that I need to work on for some reason. Like when I put pictures up, video sometimes comes up on my Facebook page, and then sometimes pictures do, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
But overall, it blows my mind that you can even do this just simply by wearing glasses.
Okay, now here's a couple technical questions. How does it run on battery or does it charge?
It charges, so it's a battery built into it. You would actually love this because you're like a sound aficionado.
Right.
There's no speaker built into the actual mechanism, the actual glasses.
But I was able to hear the video.
It's a bone conducting sound, so it's actually bouncing off my skull, and that's what I hear.
Dude, that was my skull. I'm so wasted.
Isn't that wild?
So the actual band that holds it to your head is like using your brain as a conductor.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's no speaker. It's all just vibrations.
Wow. Okay, and so does it plug into your computer to charge, like with a USB?
I can plug it into any outlet with a USB, and I'm good to go.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And how long is the battery life? Or have you...
Yeah, battery life on average, they say it lasts you up to 5-6 hours. I would say if you have constant usage, you may get 2 to 3 hours out of it.
What you should do is get yourself an extension cord, and then you can just wear your glasses, but lean against the wall.
and what we're looking at right now, and this is the best way I could probably explain it to anybody out there, is we remember how cool a cell phone was when someone had the big brick on Miami Vice.
Sure. Or before that, the suitcase.
This is the equivalent.
Yeah.
Because eventually it won't be the entire frame. I believe that eventually it'll be a prism that you just attach to whatever glasses you're using.
When are they going to correct it so you don't have to have your eyes crossed?
Good call.
Yeah, because there are times when you're checking your Google Glass and you look at me and you look like Frank Fontaine on the old Gleason show.
I agree with you.
There are not many people who know who Crazy Guggenheim is, but...
There are some applications that are already in practice. For example, for those that are disabled or quadriplegics.
Exactly.
They get to use this to experience and share. You know, the best part about going places, going camping, or going to Maine was sharing all the photos.
Exactly.
So if you're paralyzed, you don't have that. You don't have that
ability to snap a picture.
You just can't do it.
Now that is
amazing.
You
can do it this way.
When you were doing the swiping on the side there, can you are all things also voice commandable?
Yes.
Okay, so they can do anything.
It's touch and voice.
That's fantastic.
And for example, if I wanted to, I'm going to tilt my head again so you can make fun of me. Okay, Glass. Google douchebag.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we're good to go.
Do you have that saved as a favorite?
And it prompts me to Wikipedia douchebag. Like it'll do searches for you as well.
Now, when you're walking, when you walked, right?
Yes.
How hard is it to walk with those things on?
That's again the way I wear them because I adjusted them for me.
Because he does it right. He's keeping it tight.
Because I adjusted it for my face.
Right.
It's not in my line of sight. It's above my line of sight.
So you actually have to seek it out.
You're good to go.
But I bet there are people that are walking into phone poles.
I'm sure there are.
Because if you wear them low like I do, because I'm an old man, it's right there in front of you.
And there's a part of me that also doesn't like the amount of attention that they bring to you. And you know I love attention.
Yeah.
But not like that.
Well, there is. If you do not know what you're looking at, it looks a little creepy. You said it looks weapon-like.
Yeah, there's a creep factor, and it's on like the 8 level where if there's a fine line between like that's Google Glass, which is maybe 2% of the population that even knows what it is.
Sure.
And then the other percent is what the F is that guy wearing on his head?
Well, what you can do is...
Or is he part of a sniper team?
Wear it low on your nose and then walk into a phone pole and then you say, Google Glass, I want you to Google pressure bandage. Because you're going to need that from the gaping head wound you have.
Driving, I'm 50-50 on now, especially, as far as distracted driving, how I feel about that.
Like on the way in, you did not wear them, I'm sure, right?
I did not, but I will say this. There isn't a driving video of me with them on my glasses right now. But I will say this, that it was actually better. For example, I get a tweet from our friend Chad Dukes, right?
Okay, yeah.
I get a tweet to my glasses. I hear a little prompt. The tweet is read to me, and then I can answer verbally straight to him. I don't have to type anything.
Do you know 18 months ago, if you said the phrase, I got a tweet to my glasses, they'd lock you up. They'd say, the man has lost his mind.
The tweet comes up on the screen. It is read to me, and I can have emails read to me, text messages read to me. So there are applications.
So is it like a Siri voice that reads stuff to you and you hear it in your brain? Once
you're comfortable with this technology, I would say that if you're going to get them and drive with them, spend at least a week with them.
Okay.
And then once you're comfortable with them, I would say it's relatively safer than looking at your phone.
Well, I said, it's brand new technology.
Looking at the screen on your dashboard.
And what you have to do is you have to get used to it. I remember having trouble. I'm old enough that the first car I had to do the high beams, I used my foot. There was a button on the floor, of the Chevy Caprice, or
Yes.
it might have been an Impala, and that's how you did the high beams. I had to get used to flipping it with my hand.
Yeah.
But that's new technology, and so you'll have to get used to it. God, there's so much more to talk about this, but we must step away for a moment. When we come back, I want to ask you why it is that competitors have not come out with anything to match it yet. I hate to turn this into Tech 411.
No. It's
because
all good.
I'm way too fat to be
love this.
Todd. All right. Stick around. Back after this, MikeO'MaraShow.com, and it's the Oscar Cross-Eyed Show.
It's the future.
It is the future. Back in a moment. Now, when you're wearing those glasses and driving around, I'll tell you one place you don't want to go.
Where's that?
Post office.
Oh, heck no.
I would like to know the mental patient that designs the parking lots at post offices, because I never get a parking spot.
Or you get into a fender bender.
Oh, it's horrible. They're really bad. And you know what? If you have to go to the post office for your business, you're wasting time, because there's the parking lot, there's the lines, and it only gets worse from now until the end of the year. It's a giant hassle, so that's why we do Stamps.com.
Can I mention something that we don't get a chance to mention?
Yeah, please
a lot?
do.
Is that if you're running an eBay store, or maybe you're just a good eBayer out there that you decide to send a bunch of different products.
Sure.
Or, for example, you have a small business where you have a lot of one item or many items you want to send out.
Yep.
You can actually import all of these orders into Stamps.com and batch print them.
Yeah.
So you don't have to enter each address one at a time. You can do it all at once.
Let me offer this. Let's say you have a failing radio podcast.
Yes.
And you're selling T-shirts, but not very many. And then you want to sell all the T-shirts out. You're saying it's essentially one click.
One click,
Wow.
and then you're good. And the customer support, because I did this for our show.
Right.
The customer support is phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, they're there. They walk you right through it.
Stamps.com is the quick and easy way to get postage on demand for your business. You buy and print your postage from your own computer and your own printer, and they'll even send you a digital scale that hooks in via USB. And so they actually talk. The scale talks to your computer. It's impossible to screw up. There are no expensive postage meters and no wasted time going to the post office. And like I said, if you've got any mailing to do from now to January 1st, it's the best thing to just blow it off and let Stamps.com take care of it for you. Check out this great offer, and it's only for our listeners. It's a 30-day free trial and a $110 bonus offer, which includes that digital scale and up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com and click on the microphone and use the code TMOS. Don't wait. Click on the mic, use TMOS, and get ready to save big at Stamps.com. We appreciate them being a part of our show. It's how I'm sending out my fruitcakes this year.
You should.
So 14 months ago, I think, is about when Google Glass was sort of the thing, right? That's when they first started talking about it. And that's like, I can remember back when they started talking about iPads, and before that, iPhones and iPods. It doesn't seem real when they start showing you the technology, but obviously it's real because it's sitting right here in our studio. It's been over a year. Why doesn't Apple have something like this?
You know, as an Apple fanboy, it
and you know what? We both are.
Yeah, and what the company's brought to our personal ecosystem as far as being able to do the show and the way that you run your audio board.
Exactly.
Now,
I couldn't do it without it.
Pretty impressive. The reality behind it is that you start questioning that.
Yeah.
Because I think that there are a lot of questions. People have a lot of liability issues with Google Glass that maybe Google is willing to take on and Apple isn't. For example, if someone does get in an accident or something does happen to somebody while they're wearing these glasses,
and it will happen.
That's why the amount of people, I guess the kind of the subset of people that actually have these glasses so small. Like they have a 14-hour helpline for Google Glass. You call them directly, right?
24-hour?
It's not 24 hour. It's 14-hour.
I've never heard the phrase 14-hour helpline.
Well, because it's on West Coast time.
What you should do, Oscar, is not say 14-hour helpline. You should say, you know what they have? They have a helpline.
Okay, they have.
And
a
it's
helpline.
Open normal business hours.
I was trying to do the math yesterday. I was like, can
14-hour helpline.
Yeah. I was like, can I call? Can I call right now? It's 11:30 at night.
From the makers of 5-Hour Energy.
Yes.
It's 14-hour helpline.
I legitimately was confused yesterday because I was like, it's 11:30. I had a question about these glasses that I couldn't figure out.
Okay.
And I looked down and I said, well, they're still open.
That's cool because it's open 14 hours.
Yeah, so
not in a row.
I called them. I called them and I said, look, there's an issue that I can't do turn-by-turn directions with my iPhone yet. When is that going to happen?
Okay.
They said, look, we're working on it because there's so many people that have iPhones. Clearly, they want this technology to be compatible with it.
And how tough is it for Google to play nice? Because if it's a Google-built product, is it harder for them to make it play nice with iPhone applications?
They do a better job than such companies like Sony in the past. If you had a Sony camera, you had to have a memory stick.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had all these proprietary hardware kind of peripherals. But,
Sure.
But I think that it's just going to take some time. But you're right, Rob. When you see something like this, and even when you see the Samsung smartwatch, if that's something you're into,
right, the Dick Tracy watch.
Yeah, you kind of think like, what is this? What is this company that we love, Apple, doing?
It troubles me a little bit, but it also makes me think you can only be a leader for so long. Because if you are and I'll quote the great Alan Leinwand, who I used to work with, and then I was fired by.
The great Alan Leinwand.
Is that if you're the biggest ass on the fence, they're going to take a shot at you.
Yeah.
And Apple led the charge for years. I'm just shocked they don't have if not something that's glasses like this, they don't have an answer to it.
They may have something in the future.
I hope so.
But again, the fact that Google's been working with this for the past now 2 years, it feels like. I
the
think
show feels like we've been talking about it for 2 years.
Oh, if you're not into it. I know there's like at least 3 guys with their pants around their ankles.
Yeah,
right
Mike
now.
just bought a ticket back from Vegas.
But yeah, it really is, and you'll. I hope if you're not into this side of technology, you'll appreciate what we're talking about here. Is that this first-person world where I can see a day in the life of Rob Spiewak, or you can capture moments that you never thought you could capture before, is really coming of age. And we thought that was cool with the camera phone, but it happens even more, and it's a little more intimate with these glasses.
I will speak to it. I will say I really did, truly, and honestly want to hate them. And then I put them on, and they're very cool. And to draw it back into 50 years ago, which is what I do on this show, they've just found footage of the day of Kennedy's assassination, pictures from the day of his assassination.
Oh, wow.
That people didn't know existed. And you can look at one of the most watershed moments of the last 100 years, and there's just a scant few feet of film that exist. And now everybody has a high-resolution camera in their pocket at all times with the ability to capture video, the ability to capture sound. And it's amazing that it's getting clearer and easier on a daily basis. And with that, it's cool.
Yeah, and again, I go back to the medical side of things where there will be a day where it may not be Google Glass, but it'll be the same type of technology when Obamacare is fixed and we all have health insurance.
That's right.
You walk into your doctor, and your doctor doesn't have to look for that lost charts sheet
because it's in his glasses,
and it'll facially recognize your face and say, "Hey, Rob," and then it'll go down the list in front of him without being too distracting of what is actually what he needs to talk to you about during his visit.
Can you believe that we've actually got Google Glass before we got healthcare that works for our country? You would think healthcare would be easier.
That is sad.
Now, you brought up healthcare, and I want to bring up a topic that is a little more germane to what we normally talk about here. Who hasn't heard the phrase "silent but deadly"?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and that sometimes
I say that like at least once a week.
Sometimes people fart, and we've made a very good business
Passing
on fart.
gas?
Yes, when you pass gas, and sometimes they're loud and they have no appreciable odor. As they say, no more odor than a hot biscuit. And sometimes they're quiet and they're horrible. There is actually now scientific proof of why a silent fart smells worse than one that makes a lot of noise.
Oh, why is that?
Let us go to the tape, please.
You may have laughed at the idea of silent but deadly farts.
Okay, first of all, I don't appreciate the man they chose as the announcer for this. I don't think he's actually instilling credibility. Yeah, exactly.
He's the wrong guy.
He's the wrong guy. Dude Walker, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Mike, but
it's a serious topic.
It's a very key topic and one that affects everybody.
Is this faint flatulence really more potent than the more boisterous wind you let loose? Are silent farts actually worse? It may surprise you to find out that a large portion of farts are the result of swallowed air.
I did not know this. Did you know this?
No.
Swallowing air. And I guess
just breathing?
Well, no, that's lungs. It's different, but like breathing air and swallowing air. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
You do have a cursory understanding of the human body.
Yeah, but
you have doctors in your family.
Yeah, but when you go running, I feel like breathing, and then you'll take you'll swallow.
But you have to swallow air. Can you burp on command?
No, I can't. I've tried that my entire life.
You see, but that involves swallowing air and forcing it out. Okay, I think that's the first time I've ever done that in 20 years. Hey, we're pulling out all the stops today, folks.
Whether from chewing a lot of gum, drinking pop, or simply from eating food, excess air enters your body and has to go somewhere.
You say that now that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, because the lungs you can just exhale, right? Okay.
While some is released through burping, the rest ends up in the digestive system and eventually comes out your other end. But when expelled, this gas is made of mostly nitrogen, hydrogen, and carbon dioxide, all of which are odorless.
Aha!
Wow.
So why do they smell?
Which explains why some farts are obnoxiously loud but contain little to no smell. The second half of the equation is gas from the large intestine. After traveling through 25 feet of small intestine, the indigestible portions of food make their way to the colon.
That's a bad trip, by the way, that 25 feet. And you know what? If you're making that trip, don't wear Google Glass. It's bad.
Here, millions of bacteria feast on the remaining food and ferment it. And this is where things can get stinky.
A lot of people listen to this podcast while they enjoy their lunch. I want to say, how's that sandwich?
If you have an unhealthy colon, then I would imagine if this is the case, then it would smell worse, right?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we'll pause. We'll come back to this very, very great break. And so much...
I love the tape.
So much great scientific news on today's show. Google Glass and farts. I had the greatest old man day at the mailbox yesterday. I got cufflinks and my colon medication in the mail on the same day. And I've been waiting for both of them, and I went to the mail, and Robert said, how was the mail today? I said, fantastic, pills and cufflinks, because I've been without my, it's called Aprizo, and when Daddy doesn't have his Aprizo, my stomach gets in a bad way in about 2 days. I can usually skip one day, but it's not been good. And so we've corrected.
Not been good for the whole family.
You know, it's not good, no. Have you noticed this week I've been in a hurry to get out of the studio?
Yeah,
as a courtesy to you.
Oh, very kind. I appreciate
But things are getting better. I've righted that ship, and I got 3 months of Aprizo. I'm going to smell like daisies until Christmas is out. Let's get back to the tape.
The bacteria do release some useful vitamins. They also produce chemicals containing sulfur, which is responsible for the smell and flatulence. Add to that a sulfur-rich diet with things like eggs, meat, or broccoli, and you're likely to produce some interesting odors. The longer these foods stay in the gut, the more they ferment and smell. Still, the smelly portion accounts for around only 1% of most farts.
There you
in
are.
the absence of the other odorless gases, however, these farts are concentrated with smell and generally quiet because there's less volume. Silent but deadly.
So it has to do with the dilution.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
That's science.
Isn't that science? I laid some science on you.
That next time you do that and you're embarrassed in front of your lady or your friends, and you explain this to them, it might be enough to get them back in the fold.
You could say, I really apologize for this, but and I know that many people in the Palm restaurant are not enjoying their meal right now, but just know that bacteria released a lot of helpful stuff.
It's all about dilution, guys.
They got to dilute it. Quit swallowing air.
I can't believe that's the case.
But and silent but deadly, you know what? Like so many things, you say it your whole life, but you never really think it's real. But there's scientific
Why
proof.
do you think there's... Because you get really bad gas when you're on an all-protein diet. Not you, but people do.
One does.
Yeah,
yes.
one does.
Well, he talks about it. He said a meat-rich diet, that the digestion of protein produces the sulfur.
Yeah, but then what's interesting to me as you go through that, because a lot of guys either at especially guys that work out a lot, they all eat protein.
Sure.
And
if you do the Atkins thing or South Beach as well.
Can you take something for that?
Beano, they say Beano does it, right? But I don't know. I've never tried it. I've always sort of been so excited with the passing of gas. I don't.
There was a guy in college
stifle it.
we used to call Beano simply because
Now I'm guessing he was a student, not a professor.
No, he was a student,
right?
But he worked out all the time. Like this guy that just God bless him. He was in great shape.
Yes,
but he had the worst gas.
Really?
Yeah, so then we asked him to take Beano. Now, it didn't really work, but ended up being his nickname, unfortunately.
Now, what about would he pass gas when he worked out? It's the exertion. I know sometimes.
Oh, I don't know about that because I didn't really work out that much in college.
Okay, but I know
worked out my wrist.
I understand.
And drinking.
I don't lift or anything, but I have been doing the elliptical.
Yeah.
And when you're in the rhythm of the elliptical, and if you're doing like 35 or 40 minutes, and you get the urge, and you have to fart while you're at the gym.
So gross.
It is, but I mean the way you take a risk, and what the thing that you count on is most people have on headphones. And I want you to know I've looked around, and I said I really I've got to make a decision soon.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
gotta
like,
make a gut call.
I'm looking at the display on the elliptical. I'm thinking, I got like a quarter mile before I have to really figure out what's going to happen next. And I'll look around, and if you've got like a couple people away from you, but there's a lot of things in the gym. There's the whole line of treadmills, then there's the elliptical, then there's the Stairmaster. So you look around, A, for proximity, and B, if they're close, are they wearing headphones? And are they like over-the-ear headphones or are they earbuds?
That matters.
It does. But if you've got some distance, then sometimes you roll the dice. But then they're not wearing nose plugs, so there's problems.
Someone always gets hurt.
Yeah, it's really not a victimless crime, Oscar.
No, it's not.
But as you see...
Thank you for the science
I'd
lesson.
like to lay some science.
Pretty impressive.
Now, there is one other thing I wanted to talk about, and I've been talking to more and more parents at both my kids' schools, because Robert is in his last year at the elementary school. Julia's in her second year at intermediate school. So got two sets of parents running. And Robert is just starting basketball, which is really cool to watch. The neatest thing for me is because when I blink, I still...
Hello?
Little Julia. When I blink, I still think of Robert as the little kid.
Like when Julia.
Running around in pajamas and, watching, Teletubbies and just being a little kid. And then I take him to his first basketball practice. He's the tallest kid on his team, and he's focused. And he's, really, dealing with a coach and dealing with drills.
The
and
anti-dad.
It's the side of him that couldn't be any further from me.
Yeah.
Because, A, he's dealing well with authority, not really my strong suit. And also... just the love of the game, and to watch him go in and do some aggressive rebounding, and it's very, very cool to watch him grow up. That's a side of him I've not seen.
You should be proud, and the
I
fact
am very
that you
proud.
go and support him is pretty cool as well.
Now, Julia just finished volleyball actually the day of our live show.
How long was her season? Short.
3 months, I think.
3 months,
2.5,
right?
3 months.
I feel like season should be longer.
There's going to be another season.
A spring volleyball.
Well, there's actually a one that starts in the end of January.
Okay.
And I think she's going to go back to it. But for her division in Loudoun County, they finished 7th, which they made the Elite
How many
8.
teams were there?
There was I believe, a 64-team bracket.
Oh, wow.
So they made the Elite 8 and did very, very well.
Congratulations.
And the thing that I was so proud of about her is her coach wasn't a dick. He was a little passive, and that bothered me at first until I really saw a guy, not like chair throwing mad, but when you see a guy that's dealing with 11 and 12-year-old girls, and he's on the side of the gym going, "How did you miss that? How did you
You got to
miss
push
that?"
him. You got to push him.
You rotate. You're out of there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw a girl in tears because he's
no,
dressing
I
her
love
down.
that.
Well, maybe if it's
That's how you got to push people.
reason 7 why he shouldn't procreate.
No, you have to push
They're
them.
keeping it tight.
They
Okay,
have to learn.
But I don't think that's the way to deal with girls. I mean,
now you're sexist?
I don't think I'm sexist. These are young ladies. You don't want to yell
Guys
at them.
and girls.
All right.
It's a team, right?
It is a team. But
What
should
do you
they
want?
cry?
Hey,
Should they cry?
They shouldn't cry, but they should toughen up.
Okay, maybe they toughen up. How about instead of saying, "How could you miss that?"
Yeah.
How about you say, "Let's get closer to the net."
Oh my God, you're
You can yell without making them
You're
cry.
Phil
I bet.
Dunphy.
I'm not Phil Dunphy.
Oh my God.
It just. How about this though? The guy that coached like that,
Yeah.
got beat in 2 games straight by the team that didn't have the coach like that.
And where did that team land in the Elite 8?
They didn't make it.
They didn't make it?
Because Julia's team sat them down.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think you should yell at them.
I don't think it's the coach's fault.
Blame the
Clearly,
kids.
he didn't
Blame
have
the
the talent.
kids.
He didn't have the talent.
All right, now we got just a minute here, and I've got to brag on my daughter because
Please.
I said, I think yesterday, or might have been on the bonus show,
Hello?
I've never made my kids do an activity, and I've never stopped them from doing an activity. I try to let them choose. Very proud. Julia is auditioning for their spring musical at their school, which is Grease, which is a good show.
I'm familiar.
And I did theater is all I did, and she knows that, but I never asked her to audition or anything. I helped her with her monologue. She did a great job on the monologue, but she didn't let me help her much with her singing audition. And I'm a little nervous. I love to sing, but I'm not a great singer.
Isolate that.
No need to.
Everyone
knows.
Sing by yourself?
All the time. And loud.
Cool.
I know. So if you really catch me on a good day, Oscar, I'll talk up a record and then I'll sing it.
To yourself?
Oh, I passed the time, pal.
Oh, my God.
But as I said, I'm not a great singer. So Julia's friend, Andrew, videotapes her singing audition. I'm only going to play like 5 or 10 seconds.
Andrew
of this.
a boy?
Andrew is a boy. And one of the best. Oh, no. The one you want to be interested in as far as being a boy is Dawson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dawson is, Julia will tell you this, Dawson is not her boyfriend.
Oh,
okay. But,
really?
Yeah. Can you give Dawson a ride home? Dawson's parents aren't coming, so it'd be great if you could give Dawson a ride home.
So Andrew got stuck in the friend zone.
Yeah, and I think that's he'll spend a lot of time there.
He'll
Very
just be
talented
staring
kid.
at her longingly.
But the
Julie, you want me to edit this video for you?
I videotaped it and emailed it to you.
Yeah, it's right here. Julie, cut it up again. Okay, I'll get right on it.
So I got this played to me in the car yesterday, and my heart could have exploded with pride. Listen to what a great singer she is.
Don't tell me how to live, just sit and go. Like candy and the sun's above. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
Wow.
Does that not blow your
Yes.
mind? And I was just speechless.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud.
So
and I will say
went
this.
and taped it for her?
Yes, and then emailed it to her.
Oh, this poor guy.
Yeah, he's got a life of ruin ahead of him.
No.
Andrew might get a part in the play. He's not getting a part in her
You
life.
want me to wax your car, Julia?
Can I get a ride to the library? Well, Andrew, you can drop me off at the library.
Oh, my God.
Not going to be doing a lot of studying.
She sounds beautiful.
I
Congratulations.
couldn't be any prouder. I'll have an announcement about callbacks next
Again,
week.
You
but
love so hard, Rob Spiewak.
fingers crossed, and
How
I'm
you
so
do.
proud of the fact that she did that on her own. Love her a lot.
Go, Andrew!
Yeah, that's what you're rooting for. After the whole thing,
Good
Google
luck.
Glass, farts, my daughter,
That
all
Dick Dawson.
you take away, take
What a
away is
jerk.
Andrew.
Why does he get everything? Andrew's a good guy.
So honest. Stick around. When we come back, entertainment, Oscar Razzi. After the beauty of it is you don't know how dead on you are.
Too funny.
Andrew wears glasses, but I tell you what he should do. He should go to AC Lens. At www.AC Lens, they take great pride in their easy-to-use website, their great prices, their one-stop shopping for all your optical needs, and they also can meet the optical needs of your whole family. Carrie uses AC Lens because all we have to do is the last time she got contact lenses, they wrote her prescription on the side of the box. Go to the website, put in the type of contact lens you wear. They have every contact lens that's for sale in the United States you can get at aclens.com. Put in your prescription, and they'll have it to your door in days and for less money that you pay at your eye doctor. That's
cannot
what's so
go
great.
wrong.
You can't go wrong, and if you have a question, you won't because it's so easy to use. But if you have a question, they have award-winning customer service, and all you got to do is go to aclens.com. Now, the thing you have to do is get 20% off all orders and free returns on everything. You go to AC Lens, click on the microphone, and enter the promo code. This is a little different. TMOS20. Remember, because it's 20% off.
TMOS20.
TMOS20. And then just, you're done. That's it. Some exemptions apply. See site for details. Style you can afford. Quality you can see. www.aclens.com. And now, it's not the weekend without hanging out with Andrew. And entertainment news. Oscar Razzi.
Gentlemen,
yes,
we've talked about Miley Cyrus to nauseam here on the program.
Yeah, she's really, for someone who is generally disliked, she gets more spin in the press than anybody.
Doing something right.
Yeah, she's doing it right.
This is another pleat in her cape as far as talent goes.
Yes.
She's not slutting it up this time, but in an online viral video, basically Miley Cyrus goes out of her way to cover Summertime Sadness by Lana Del Rey. I want you to listen to this and see how beautiful she actually sings when she doesn't have a foam finger in her hand or she's not on a record.
No, she's not twerking. Okay.
Yeah. This is a live performance. You cannot go wrong.
Wow.
Like the stars miss the sun in the morning.
Wait for it.
Sky. Later's better than ever.
It's coming.
Even if you're gone, I'm gonna drive.
Here we go.
Drive. I've got that summertime sadness. Summertime sadness.
She's great.
She's got such a beautiful voice.
She comes from talent. I know a lot of people will,
Right.
will argue the fact that Billy Ray was talented because he had that one-hit record, but he can sing.
Yeah.
And there's no effects on her voice there.
No,
that's just
it's
her
just
voice.
live. She's absolutely live. And, regardless of the kind of media machine that's pushing her,
Right.
there is talent behind all of that.
Yeah, there is. And, in a way that makes me sad. Because I wish that she would rely more on her talent and less on her twerking. Because that's a great voice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful,
That's a
beautiful,
pop
beautiful
voice.
song.
That's a really...
Yeah.
Wow. That's good, Oscar. I like that.
Let's transition, gentlemen. Oh, by the way, if you're in the D.C. area, Miley Cyrus is coming to town. Verizon Center.
Sometimes twice.
Guys, it's not cool to be anti-gay these days.
No.
as you know.
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, Bloom.
Yeah, what's
Tony Bloom?
What are you doing?
You hate monger.
All people are welcome at the spaghetti party.
Absolutely. Alec Baldwin apologized for hurling anti-gay epithets at the photographers.
Epithets.
Epithets.
Zoolander.
Okay, Glass. How do you say epithet?
No, so he slurred. But I heard he originally claimed that he said fathead.
No.
No,
he
he
said,
copped to it?
C-sucking FG. Thank you.
So he didn't say fathead.
No, that's not a fathead.
Hey, Glass, is that a slur?
Yeah. It's strange, but I think to the credit of the gay community,
Right.
or LBGTY, whatever it is these days.
Lesbian, gay, transgender.
Thank you. They've gone out of their way to make these kind of anti-gay, even calling someone, the FAG,
Right.
To really make it. To make it a stigma, to go out of their way to say that this is not okay, we won't be okay with this.
And relatively recent.
Yes.
I mean, certainly in our lifetime, and I think
Some
really
may
in the
say
last 10 years.
The African American community could do that with the N-word a little more.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
So, but Alec Baldwin clearly has gone out of his way, and this is what sucks about this. And as annoying as the paparazzi is, TMZ has him on video saying this.
And I do know that he tried to play it off as fathead. So that's unfortunate.
And as far as LGBT rights go, it's just not something that's cool anymore. It's not okay. It doesn't matter how old you are or what school you come from. That's just not the way you really go. You just it's like you're insulting someone. It's not the way to insult anybody.
And you know what?
anymore.
I think that it's a great template for all hate speech.
Yeah.
It truly is. I mean, there's really no point. If you want to really say someone's an idiot, call them an idiot.
Yeah, and he's embroiled in that lawsuit right now where he's trying to really get a restraining order.
He's
with
fussy.
That
He's
with that one
fussy
lady.
right now, yeah.
Yeah, with that one lady that he was co-stars with. Apparently, she says they had a love affair with, and they didn't.
I believe one of her quotes was
Alleged.
he said that he would make her an omelet every day for the rest of her life. I think that's sexy.
I wish Mike was here, gentlemen, as we transition.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, Ron,
including the listeners.
Ron Burgundy.
Yes.
He's not just coming to theaters near you in Anchorman 2.
Not funny.
But he's also, please, I love it. He's also in the local area. If you're coming to D.C. or you live here and you want a reason to go to the museum, they have a Anchorman exhibit.
Yawn.
It's 62 pieces from the original movie and Anchorman 2.
It's a movie that's what? Is it? It's 5 years old? How long ago
but a
was
lot
it?
of people like it, Rob.
I know, but it's not
A lot of people
historic.
like it.
The anchor. You know what? The museum 2 years ago had Elvis stuff. Now this is stuff that matters.
Well, this is what's also great. Outside of the reporter's Sex Panther cologne on display, you'll actually be able to see correlations between that type of news era and real news, as when women were commonly never on the anchor desk.
Right.
And,
Okay.
and did you know this, that women really came to the forefront in broadcast news when they switched to this model called eyewitness news, and it's not the eyewitness news locally.
Well, I mean, it was a national
Yeah,
thing.
where instead of just having a male anchor on the desk reading all the news,
Right.
they had a community which involved women.
I had no idea.
That's what the transition came from.
We had Eyewitness News here, and I believe Channel 9 had the very hot Chris Curl.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that's when really women started getting into the fold because viewers wanted to see people giving people that looked like them giving them the news.
Yeah, no one looked like Chris Curl. Not in my
Yeah,
neighborhood.
but they have those correlations at the museum now in the D.C.
Okay,
area.
if they can put it in a historical context,
They do
that's
that.
valid. And you know what? Great gift shop there.
You can't go wrong.
I love it.
What did you get?
I bought an Elvis snow globe. It's
Like,
on my
you couldn't
Elvis
get
shelf.
that online, you jerk.
Well, no, it was right there. It was
Come
great.
on.
Well, you know. It's great. They had jumpsuits.
Chris Brown, guys, I know you've been holding your breath.
He's on the loose.
Hopefully not swallowing air.
Run!
He's out of rehab.
Oh, God.
Thank
God they fixed him.
When did rehab become 16 days long?
And it's getting shorter. As
Right?
a matter of fact, the 12-step programs are now down to 7.
I don't understand this.
They've combined some of the steps. It's really just a gesture.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to rehab. 16 days?
It's not enough.
That's like a vacation for some people.
It is.
Right?
We're going to be
Don and Mike had more vacation days.
God, they did. We'll be spending more than that at CES.
Oh, my God. It'll feel like an eternity. Gentlemen, Chris Brown has been released, and he's going through outpatient therapy, which really, that's when you do community service at, like, your aunt's house.
Yeah, it's really not going to do much good, I'm afraid.
But he's looking to focus his life, as he says, I quote, there are some changes I need to make, and I hope to make them in the next few months. That's what he says.
Well, good luck for him.
Okay, one
or
more,
to
guys,
him, I should say.
before we get out of here.
Yes.
Thor 2!
Oh, it's opening today, isn't it?
No, it opened last weekend, you jerk.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
I went to the Thor 2 display at the museum.
how many millions of dollars did it make? First weekend.
6?
$85.7 million.
Matt Bloom, that's too much.
It is a juggernaut. It looks to be the number one movie this weekend as well, because all that's coming out is The Best Man's Wedding or something like that, which isn't going to be a big blockbuster. So Thor 2 may be your holiday go-to movie.
They're giving it already holiday status?
At $85.7 million before Thanksgiving,
yes.
That's a strong showing. These superhero movies are not going away.
I want to quote one of my favorite broadcasters.
Please.
Boo.
Oh, come on.
Stick around. Come back with the final audio vault of the week after this on the Mike O'Mara Show.
This is fucking awesome. Now, walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock. I'm just pumped about some shit.
It's Macklemore.
Oh, I love Macklemore.
Thrift shop, don't you know? Hey, you know what? It's week 11 of the NFL season. Actually, game last night, right?
Yeah, big game last night. If you're on FanDuel and you missed out, you can also sign up for the Sunday game.
That's the
Sunday.
How many times in fantasy football do you forget to get that lineup in because of the pesky Thursday night
used to
game?
happen to us all the time.
Well, with FanDuel, you reset your game. You reset your team each and every week because they have 1 week fantasy football leagues. Put your true fantasy football and basketball skills to the test. Oh, and by the way, you can win real money because FanDuel is weekly. What happened last week doesn't matter because you pick a brand new team this week. And during week 11, it's FanDuel's largest 1 week contest with over $1.2 million in cash prizes this week alone. Mike O'Mara will not get any of it, but you can. Get on board, win the money, and get in the super.
Take his money.
Click on the super qualifier link and win Mike O'Mara's money. I think that actually is probably a great motto for them.
Oh, absolutely.
Tune in, win Mike O'Mara's money. Sign up at FanDuel.com and play today. FanDuel is paying out over $135 million this year. Mike loves FanDuel. Yeah, and if Josh Murphy wasn't carrying boxes, he could come in and tell you some of his tips for this week.
Got a big lineup.
You know what? Call
some
Josh.
Games.
Text Josh.
Text
Josh will text
right
you
now?
back. Yeah, no, not you. I'm just saying for everyone to text Josh. Everybody text Josh, and everybody go to FanDuel.com. No, we don't need you, Josh. Thanks for coming by. The new user special, the first 200 listeners to sign up will have their deposit matched up to $200. That's free money, but you have to enter the code TMOS when you join. FanDuel.com, where every week is a new season. That's FanDuel.com, and use the code TMOS. Sign up today. That is FanDuel.com.
Do you think people really, really want Mike to come back and see these Google glasses? I think they do.
Well, you know what?
Because he's going to be so confused by them, and honestly, Mike gets frustrated pretty quick.
There is no way that he should see them during the show. You're going to have to promise me that you come in early.
Okay, yeah.
Because he needs
and then I show it to him on the show.
And then, recap it on the show.
Yeah, but there's a caveat, though. If he breaks them, he buys them.
That's
See?
true.
Yeah, stop doing your tracks.
Wow, yeah, I don't even... You know what? Maybe don't show him at all. Maybe, you know what? Maybe send him back. All right. Mike is not here today, and that's a shame because he is the greatest impressionist I've ever met. But I like the angle these guys take. They're a comedy team called Key and Peele. And one of them does an Obama impression, and the other guy is called the Anger Translator.
Okay.
Now, Obama yesterday really came out and said they fumbled. They totally blew it, which was a shock to me because I thought it was going so well, the health care. But these are the guys. This is the speech Obama should have given us yesterday.
You have to understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. Everything takes a little bit of time to get right. And,
like 100 years. Right. It takes like 100 years, y'all. So you know what, with technology and anything, maybe 100 years from ancient times can add up to 1 year. Why don't you give us a year?
If you don't...
That's his anger translator.
Give it a year!
Sometimes making small mistakes and missteps here is the only way you're going to learn to do something right.
Civilians gonna get fired. Don't worry about that. She gonna get fired. Her ass is out the door.
I personally, had a little trouble with the website myself.
I can't even get online, and I live in the White House.
So maybe that's the speech we should have gotten yesterday.
You know what? Some people would like to see that passion.
So look out for Key and Peele. They're a funny pair. Focus on Toronto. I've got to go to this town just to meet the mayor. Rob Ford yesterday, and they're saying now in Toronto they're actually setting their watches by his daily apologies. Mm-hmm. He made a remark, how's the best? It's a consuming of cats, the eating of something. And he alluded to it, and he said he never said it. But the problem is when you're on live TV and you deny you say that phrase, don't say that phrase.
Litigation will be starting shortly. I've had enough. That's why I warned you guys yesterday. Be careful what you wrote.
Mayor of Toronto, Rob Ford, right here, okay?
Say for now. And the next thing I want to call Mayor Britannia in Hamilton and tell them that we're going to have to spank their little tiger cats. Oh, and the last thing was Olivia Gondak. It says that I wanted to eat her Gondak. I've never said that in my life tour. I would never do that. I'm happily married. I've got more than enough to eat at home. Thank you very much.
Oh, my God.
The mayor of Toronto.
That guy's my hero.
Well, is he? Is he really?
Well, let's be honest. The fact that he's still in office.
I know. I think that maybe there's a lot of drunken, crack-smoking people that want him in office.
Who's writing his speeches?
Nobody's writing his speeches. Have you seen when he did that press conference though, wearing Google Glass? Yeah, looked good. That. No, it was the best part about that is not audio, and you need to Google it. The look on the anchor when they came back, because that was carried live, and they said something to the effect of, well, he said something you can't say on television, and we just played it on television.
Oh.
So back to you in the studio. Are you excited? I know you've got your new toy, but what about the release of the PlayStation 4?
I am excited for it.
Now, will you buy it?
No, I'm an Xbox One guy.
Okay.
So, what PlayStation is actually doing is they're kind of doing what Xbox 360 did to them years ago. They came out first.
They leapfrogged, right?
They leapfrogged, and the initial reviews are phenomenal.
Yeah, and I think the thing that is the best sales for this is the people that are excited to get it. In San Francisco, here's the first guy in line to buy a PlayStation. He sounds sleepy or high or drunk or something, but Sony, I want you to know this. This is your target audience.
Way to go, Wade. Congratulations, man. GameSpot here. How are you, my friend?
I am excited.
What are you going to do right now?
I'm going home to set this up and play it.
How long have you been up?
I've been up for 2 days.
2 days? Are you not even the slightest bit tired?
No, not me. No, not tired. No.
What games do you buy?
Right now I got Killzone.
Just Killzone?
Killzone right now.
Awesome. You gonna go home and play a lot of Killzone?
Yes, yes.
You gonna do single player or multiplayer?
I'm gonna do a little both.
You gonna go online and kill some fools?
Yes, I'm gonna go murk some people.
Yeah, once they get their PlayStation 4s, you're gonna have to wait a while.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you go home, man.
What I love is the guy just bought the first Sony PlayStation 4, and he asked him if he's gonna go home and go multiplayer. How exactly does that work?
That guy sounded like Andrew.
A little bit, yeah. Well, that's Andrew in a couple of years. You may ask yourself, Oscar, you say, what if a bunch of Russian police officers got together on a stage in a theater and sang a Daft Punk song?
Oh.
What would that sound like?
What would that sound like?
Sounds like this.
That's pretty cool.
It's on our YouTube page. Check it out. It's pretty great. And they actually shot like a music video. Yeah.
Oh, it's very cool.
And it's funny because, it is still way over there.
Yeah.
And it's like, what steps have to be said? Have you heard Daft Punk song? I like it. Let's all sing it in unison. I like it a
love
lot.
Song.
And we close this week. We talked about it earlier. Miley Cyrus. She does a lot of stuff, but really at the core of it, she's a
In a
feminist.
new interview, Miley Cyrus said she is one of the biggest feminists in the world. She said, "No one has done more than me to encourage women to lick the glass ceiling."
Right. Equal pay for equal twerk.
Yeah, very nice.
It's the twerk thing. That's a play on words for you.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. And that is your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great weekend, everybody. Mike, have a great trip back. For all technical support questions regarding the Mike O'Mara Show, please contact our man, Matthew Bloom, Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Mail your correspondence to us because we like to read your letters. TMOS, P.O. Box 3, Manassas, Virginia, 20108. And a reminder, the official TMOS e-voice line, 1-800-440-8167. Open all the time. For Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Matt Bloom, this is Rob Spiewak saying, see you next time, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Hey, before you go, remember to grab your extended free trial of Hulu Plus. A special offer just for our listeners. Just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click the Hulu Plus banner and start watching all of your favorite shows. Or go to HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Again, that's HuluPlus.com/TMOS. Or click the Hulu Plus banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Now beat it!
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.